Hello, everyone. My name is Dio Morales, the host of the Gold Squadron podcast, and I'm here streaming live from the Portland System Open. Um, Round 2 of Swiss is brought to you by Real Repaints. Real Repaints does individual ships, squads, and matching dials if you want them. Look up Real Repaints on Facebook or send an email to realrepaints@gmail.com to get your commission. I'll be showing off some of his repaints later in the round. They're really awesome. He actually has quite a few here that he's playing with. Has a really awesome yellow decimator. We have a picture of and some other cool stuff that we'll be showing off here in a little bit. His good work. He's doing some work also for the Gold Squadron podcast, and I look forward to having those in my collection. I really like painted ships, especially with matching dials. That's my jam. And I also want to let you guys know, all day today we're going to be pumping the 2018 Campaign Against Cancer. You can visit xwing.org to find out where your nearest location is. That's going to be happening on April 7th. It's an X-Wing tournament series that supports cancer research. I know cancer has affected my life and my family's lives quite a bit. And if you want to play X-Wing and give back to those people who need that money for that help, that's a great way to do it. Again, the Campaign Against Cancer, visit xwing.org. So let's take a look at this game. Here on the left, we have Sozin. Sozin, you might know that name, is one of the hosts of the Scum and Villainy podcast, and he wants to give a shout out to his pirate crew, as well out to Gold Squadron for being here today. And Jabin is a local of the Portland area, and he is here to just play some X-Wing. He didn't have any shout-outs. He's like, I'm just here to play and have a good time. So that's awesome. Thank you for both of these gentlemen for streaming here today. So now let's take a look here. That is the Evade title on the left there. Just so you guys know. We have the Evade title. Let's break down some of these lists. So Sozin bringing Ray with expertise, engine upgrade, Millennium Falcon title, the Evade title, Finn crew, and C-3PO crew. Pairing that up with a Lothal Rebel with Auto Blaster turret, collision detector, courier droid, and the Zeb Aurelius crew. He has named this list the Elephant Gun. I mean, he has two large base ships that this is his version of a Ghost Fen counter. And it's interesting to see Fen Rao in Josh's list. Let's break that down. We have Captain Nim with lots of toys, as you can see there, a myriad of upgrades. We have the Bomblet Generator, Harpoon Missiles, Extra Munitions, Genius Crew, Trajectory Simulator, Guidance Chips, and the Havoc title, paired with Crimson Specialist, Trajectory Simulator, Deflective Plating, Thermal Detonators, and Ordnance Silos, giving him up to 3 extra bombs, so 4 total. And then Fen Rao, Sheathipede at PS 10, not PS 9. I'm going to go ahead and fix that now. At PS 10 with Flight Assist Astromech and Sabine Wren. So Sabine here is on the field, protected by Fen Rao. So Fen Rao's trying to shut things down. One interesting thing here is that means that Fen Rao does not have Hotshot Copilot, so he's not taking away focus tokens. Mind you, really for Sozin's list, he doesn't really rely too much on the focus. So I'm going to go ahead and correct Fen Rao's thing. I know I've had a couple people ask me about that. Why does it say adaptability -1? That's just an error in the overlay. We should be getting that fixed here in the next patch. So thank you for your patience. So Josh is looking to launch some bombs with both Nim and Crimson Specialist. Crimson Specialist ability, if you're not familiar with, is one of the new BSF title ships here that is able to, when he reveals a drop bomb, he can put it anywhere next to his base. Can show that right there. Crimson Specialist, when placing a bomb token you dropped after revealing your maneuver dial, you may place the bomb token anywhere in the play area touching your ship. Touching meaning anywhere on the outside of your base. And Gold Squadron Podcast actually has a really awesome alt art of the Crimson Specialist that's being shipped out to patrons right now. Well, not right now, but in this current wave. And we'll show that off here in a little bit so you guys can take a look at that. So Sozin, on the other hand, is bringing Ray. Ray is a hammer. He, I'm staying with Sozin, and when we were driving in, one of the things he was talking about is basically the Lothal Rebel sets up the shots, and Ray is just tearing into people. He likes to lead with the Lothal if he can, and with that Zeb Aurelios crew, leverage that 5-dice gun in the front if he needs to, or he doesn't have a choice, but he will get into situations where he's okay if that gets blocked or using it as a blocker. That way he can just pound at things and still be able to shoot. It has 16 health. He's okay with it dying. Ray's job is to stay alive. So as we take a look at these lists, we went down through them. We talked about what each of these lists are looking to do. Let's go ahead and do our predictions of the game. Give me a number 1 if you think Sozin is going to be victorious, and a number 2 if you think Jabin is going to be able to leverage these bombs and take out the Lothal and Ray. Let's get those votes. All right, votes are coming in. Looks like early voting is leaning heavily towards Sozin. Still leaning very heavily towards Sozin. And it looks like we can call him the early favorite of the crowd as things are going in. We do have a couple of votes there for Josh as well. Now, for those of you who maybe aren't familiar with the ruling here with Genius and Trajectory Simulator, the errata of Genius says that you have to discard the bomb upgrade, but because he has extra munitions, he's able to take that out. So basically, he gets 1 free throw of a bomblet generator from Nim, and the second one's going to cost him the bomb as a whole. So basically, he's not going to do that unless it's guaranteed to win the game or really swing the game pretty hard. And with Captain's Nim ability, we're going to expect that thermal detonator that was just launched from the Crimson Specialist to probably stick there. I really doubt that Ray is going to be curling in. He has turrets. He has a turret there. And here he comes. All right. So the 1 bank will make it so that that bomb, if it goes off, the Crimson Specialist is in range, but he does have the deflective plating, so when it goes off, he ignores effects at least once and then rolls to see if the plating breaks or not. So Sozin keeping to the outside, making sure that he can leverage his turret. There's no need to, he knows that Josh is going to want to gunk up the middle of the board with all these bombs. So he's doing what he can. The engine upgrade on Ray can be a big deal in a lot of matchups. I look forward to seeing how Sozin is going to be using it to can't get out of arcs because he can get out of Fenn's arc potentially if he can guess where he's going to be, but yeah, we'll see. Here comes Nim. 3 bank. Focus, and Fenn is bringing up the rear. So it's interesting, Fenn's role in this list. Fenn's role is to make sure things stay alive, kind of have a Biggs-esque effect. He's going to try the barrel roll with Flight Assist Astromech. It might just fit. It does. And we're back to dials. Things are just out of range here. Nim is locking out the bomb. So I'm noticing here in the chat, in the Facebook chat, not Facebook, excuse me, YouTube chat, somebody here says, Justin Odin, you said, I think he has Zeb on the wrong ship, though. What do you think? What are your thoughts? Why would you put Zeb on Rey? Just curious. What I was talking about earlier is with Sabine on Fen, you know, it's one of those where he can choose to keep Fen back in certain matchups, especially in a matchup like this. You got Expertise Rey. With passive modification on Rey, Fen isn't really going to be a use to you when going up against Rey, so you can keep it back and keep it safe in order to make sure that the bombs do more damage. So I think Josh, if Josh plays Fen a little bit too aggressive, that could hurt him quite a bit. All right, so the Lothal Rebel is getting into it. He's getting aggressive. He's like, I got 5 dice. So I'm going to be expecting Josh to trajectory simulator a bomb here. He's debating his action. And it looks like it's a focus, probably. Can't see. Giant ship. And here's the trajectory simulator. All right, so there is a bomb underneath there. So that's 2 bombs gone from Crimson Specialist. He still has 2 more left. Rey 3 banking will be just out of range of the bomb, but still available to leverage the turret. And now he debates the action. Zach Matthews, Carolina Crate Podcast. Taking over my chat here. I don't know why we're all yelling. So now we're still waiting for Sozin to decide on his action. He's debating whether to boost or evade. He's going for the boost, which is going to move him lateral to the bomb. It's going to give him a little bit more space from Nim, so taking more damage, and he'll be able to focus fire on this BSF. It's just kind of a pain in the butt. So also gets him out of trajectory simulator range for next turn. And do remember that the Sheathipede does have the coordinate action. He is able, if he wants to, coordinate barrel rolls to Captain Nim in order to get him to control range, either in or out of range, depending on what he wants to do. Probably expecting, we'll do a flight assess astromech check. That'll let us know how close we are in range. He's going to coordinate a focus. He doesn't want a flight assist. Bomb goes off. He'll be taking a stress and up to 2 shields. Looks like Sozin forgot to put out his shields. So he'll be taking, I'm assuming 2. Because of what you call it. What's that girl's name called? Jabin. Just going to take a peek at these cards here. We'll get combat. I'll confirm here in a minute. All right. Is in range in arc? Or what is the range in arc is the question. Oh. So can't see because the base is in the way there. Looks like he was just out then. So here's Ray. Range 3. It should be unobstructed because it looks like their sides are parallel here. Ray, 3 dice. Forgetting about the dice box. There we go. And a blank. Range 3. So he's going to be taking 1 shield on the Crimson Specialist. Here comes Crimson Specialist. There you go. They remembered. And that's going to be 2 more shields off of the Ghost. And here comes primary 4 dice, most likely. It's going to check range. Oops. Checking to see. He's debating on his target here. It's always interesting to see who sits and who stands. Both these players are sitting for this game. Saving the legs, probably for the early rounds of Swiss. Decisions. It looks like he does hit range to both. So here's 4 dice. Spends a focus for 3 hits and a crit. We'll know who he's going to by how many dice he rolls. That's into the Crimson Specialist. He's going to be taking 3. It's going to be, and a double damage. Okay, so 2 shields and 2 hull going off the Crimson Specialist. Okay. All right, so looking at here, I think Sozin, what he's going to have to do, if he wants to press his current advantage, Ray is going to want to keep digging in some damage on the Crimson Specialist, get it out of the way. It takes up a lot of space, and once the bombs are gone, it's going to be, its job is just to basically be a blocker. The Lothal does get to move first, though, because it is PS3, and it most likely will be taking another bomb this turn. He is currently stressed. And Nim is going to be coming in right now. Alrighty. So Fen at the top there, we expected probably just to be right behind the Skurg here. Curious to see what Lyle's gonna go with here. He doesn't want to take 2 bombs if he can. Looks like a turn. All right, so he might be on that rock now. He's fine. He's got some room there. He'll be putting a block here, most likely onto the BSF. No action. And looks like a 1 bank to the right. He'll be dropping a bomb. I do want to... Deflective plating, is it every time a bomb goes off? Let's take a look at how that's worded here. When a friendly bomb detonates, you may choose to not suffer its effects. Okay, so he has to do a separate roll for each one. Oh. No. Thank you for being a Twitch subscriber, Trolfs. Oh, the surgery of moving these ships around. So he did place that bomb on the right. Probably means that Nim and Fen are going to be going straight and not banking in, I would guess. Here comes a boost from Ray. Again, staying out of range of Nim. Ray is his endgame ship, so that's what he's looking for. That's the game he's going with. Looks like we got 50 minutes left in the round. Okay. Nim is sitting at range 1 of that ghost, and that might just be out of arc. That is very close, whether or not that's in arc. That's very, very close. Looks like he's checking target lock to Ray. Looks like it's in. I think that's actually quite interesting that he's choosing to shoot Ray. I guess Ray doesn't have reinforced this turn. And it's just going to be primaries. But he has harpoon missiles. He'll have target lock focus. That's what it is. All right. We coordinate the focus here. He checks for flight assist. Doesn't have anything in his arc, so he can choose to move. And coordinates the focus. Well, that is a space parking lot if I've seen one. And here is harpoon missiles going at Ray. 4 dice. Hit, hit, crit. And guidance chips for the crit. He's going to see 3PO. I'm sure he's super at least 0. He's going to be taking 3 shields off of Ray. Do want to check something here. She's harpooned. Looks like Ray has a range 2 shot on the Crimson Specialist. He's got 1 shield left on Ray. Looks like they're... Lyle's just asking some question about his list. stress. The bomb going off. So they're going to do the deflective plating roll. So plating stays on. Looks like the ghost is down a couple more shields. And that's going to be spend the focus on I guess he shot Nim, so made us spend the focus. And here is Crimson Specialist on Ray. Fen is actives in arc and takes no damage there. Here's range 1 on Nim. 1 hit. And Nim will take a shield. And Lyle was looking for a little bit more, no more on dice there. Fenrir doesn't have a shot. And now we're back to the house. Hey guys, I'll be right back. Gotta take care of something real quick. Is that right? All right, I'm back. All right, I'm going to update the overlay here. The Lowful Rebel has no shields. And Ray is sitting at 1 shield. All right, we got that all done there. And I'm guessing it looks like one of the thermal deaths is still being held by Nim. Big shout out to Cascade Games and Steve from Cascade Games for all the help that they give us here, getting us power and all the help that they do, and allowing us to be the exclusive streamer of the System Open series. All right, so we're waiting for, looks like Ray's dial. Kind of initial engagement here. I think Josh is ahead. You know, the BSF is a threat because of the bombs, but at the same time, it soaks up so much damage, and really the damage dealer, the end game ship for Josh is Nim, not the BSF. So we'll have to see how this shakes out. We have a double stress Lothal Rebel. He can't K-turn here, so he's going to be out of the fight. I think he needs to take a turn off here and disengage with the Ghost. Try to get it unstressed so that way he can start using actions again. And if he decides to do that with the Lothal, then he should do the same with Ray. Basically, just take a turn off and reset and try to re-engage again. So right now, Sozin is walking around the table, debating, trying to see what his choices are here. Today I'm hunting matchups today, looking for some of the known players in the area, and then when we get towards the later rounds of Swiss, I'll probably be looking for names, names and matchups, looking for interesting lists that are doing well right now. As we are waiting here, I do want to take a moment and let you guys in on a couple of things maybe you're not aware of. If you guys haven't seen, goldsquadronpodcast.com went live this week, and that's just another resource for everybody. It has the links to all the things that we do. It also has a small web store that has some of our overstock Patreon items if you want to support the show that way and get the cool swag. Maybe you're a patron and didn't get some of the older stuff. We have a coupon code going on right now for patrons. It's exclusive, and it is posted on the Patreon website, so you can go ahead and get that code. For everybody else, there's a coupon code, buy two, get one free, and the coupon code is buy two, get one, in all caps. And I'll be fulfilling those orders when I get back from Portland. And so I think right now the debate that Sozin is having is whether or not to disengage or try to find a vector where he can get in. It is a tough choice here. I don't know if I think no matter what, the Lothal will be eating a bomblet generator, but I think he can get out of another thermal debt. Yeah, a B-Wing will get on stream if there's one doing well. And that's the question, isn't it? All right. While Sozin is debating here, this is a perfect time. We'll see if this works out. A perfect time to. Oh no, we don't want to do that right now. Oh, I will remind you guys about the campaign against cancer happening April 7th all around the United States, and even in I believe there's one going on in Canada and one in Australia. It's a tournament series that's happening to support cancer research. So if you want to play X-Wing and give to charity, that is one awesome way to do it. It's run by the Twin Sons Charities. All right, I think we're good to go here. Dials flipped. What did he decide to do? Looks like we're just going for a little bit of self-bump action. Moving up. We don't know if he's on the rock because of the angle. We'll know if he rolls. He is on the rock. No damage. No action. Now, just as a reminder, this Ghost does not have the back arc live because it is doesn't have any shuttle or anything. So Crimson Specialist dropping a bomb off of that corner, using its ability anywhere touching. So that's definitely going to get the Ghost. And flips the dial. Looks like it doesn't move. Probably the forward one. And Ray is turning, banking away. Sozin has to decide whether or not that's range one. I think he is safe there. I don't think he needs to boost if he doesn't want to. But he's going to choose to boost. Better to be safe than sorry with those bombs. And again, he's just trying to get away from Nim. Just stay away from Nim. Nim does have one more harpoon missile left in the chamber. And Josh His ordnance silos are all used up, so we're going to go ahead and cross those out. He's got one. He's got one left, one bomb left. So Nim is going to bump here. This works out for Lyle. I think most of the time. He's going to not have range to Ray, so the boost ends up being really helpful there, which means no harpoon missile coming in, because Ray does still have the target lock and the harpoon condition. You actually can see it there at the bottom side of the board. They forgot to move it over. A barrel roll it's not going to give him any extra distance. Just going to end up moving him backwards. Well, there's a rock in the way, so never mind. Can't coordinate any barrel rolls. You can coordinate a target lock if he wants to change the lock to the Ghost. But right now, the only ship that has a shot on Ray is going to be the Crimson Specialist. So we're checking for the bomb. It is just out of Nim, but it is in range to the Ghost. So the Ghost is going to be taking one. It looks like both of them are going off. Checking range for the one on the rock. So he's taking another stress, checking for deflective plating. It does not break, so he ignores the effects. Second one comes off. The second stress, here's defective plating again, and it does break. He gets to ignore it this time, and we'll be taking an extra one with Sabine. So Lothal now is soaking up some damage. He still does have 7 hull left. Deflective plating is gone. Let's go ahead and cross that out. But as of right now, I mean, it has helped on 3 out of 4 bombs. So, and oh, here's range 1, Fen Rao, no modifications. Hit, crit. The crit is weapons failure. That is rough for the Lothal. We're gonna go ahead and give it a crit token. It's now sitting at 4 hull. Now the question here is whether or not, if Sozin loses the Lothal, is he going to have enough in the tank to take out all 3 of these ships? He needs to get one off as soon as possible. Is it through a rock? Looks like it is obstructed. And we got hit crit coming in, waiting for the defensive reroll. And it's going to be 1 crit going in. The crit is major explosion. We're going to see if he takes another one here, and he does not. So Crimson Specialist now sitting at 6. And because of Zeb crew, the Crimson Specialist is able to shoot thrust control fire, gets another stress token. It's going to be 2 more on the Lothal Rebel. So Lothal's sitting at 2, I believe. 6, 7, 8. Yep, sitting at 2. We do have 33 minutes left in the round here. Lothal has a weapons failure. So that's one of those moments where Zeb crew hurts you. I know that he likes to use it in like a jousting situation. But if we go ahead and read the text on the Lothal Rebel, it works both ways. Sorry, not the Lothal Rebel, on the Zeb crew. So Zeb says, enemy ships inside your firing arc. and the back arc is a firing arc, that are touching are not considered touching. So that right there just means that they can shoot each other during the combat phase. Oh, did Sozin forget to shoot with Auto Blaster turret? Oh, he can't shoot because he's on the rock. Sorry, that's why. I haven't had an opportunity to walk around. From what I can see right now, I can maybe see like 10 tables in my vision here. I don't see any triples defenders. Mr. Dave. ARR Puppy 101 Pup on YouTube. Hello. Might be one of my students. All right, so taking a look at our options here, we need to. Oh, there he goes. Is he going to disengage? I mean, he's going to try. 4 forward. Looks like it does not overlap the rock. Oh man, that ghost is quadruple stressed. And we'll see if it's going to be able to get away here without taking any more damage. If he could bring it around and take away one more shot later in the game, that could be a big deal. Oh, okay. Well, this can work. It looks like he's going to be clipping that rock there. So no shot coming from the Crimson Specialist. We got to wait for the roll. No damage. Wow, you know, the fact that Josh turned, I guess he turned that way to get out of to get out of Nim's way. That's my guess. But I think right there, he's just given Sozin the opportunity to de-stress his ghost. And like I said, and yes, it's going to take 4 turns. But if he comes in at the right time, if he comes at the right angle to be able to leverage that, it's going to work out. So Ray is boosting in. She has expertise and her re-rolls in that front arc, and I'm pretty sure Nim is going to be there. She'll probably be eating the other harpoon missile here pretty soon. Yep, there's the hard 2. So Nim is an arc. And here comes Finn, waiting for the action there. So he's going to be barrel rolling out of the arc, which is the correct move. Pretty sure that's going to be out. Why does the Resistance Bomber have turns? I don't know. From what we saw in the movie, it shouldn't have any turns. I would definitely agree with that. Definitely shouldn't have any speed faster than a 2. Maybe even a 1. But that'd be a really naked dial, so that's probably why they gave it a couple more. All right, so we're waiting for here goes the second harpoon missile. So both are gone here on Nim. And that's going to be guidance chips for a crit. So Ray's going to be checking for arc here. It is close. He might be in. That front corner might be worth the judge call. So they're getting a laser. We do have C3PO. Just going to take one from the C3PO. Harpoon is going to trigger, and she's going to be taking a crit. So Harpoon. Harpoon first, and then hit, crit, and then it reapplies the Harpoon condition. And the crit is a card that we do not know. So he's going to be at 3 at least. Puts the salt token on there. Go ahead and update Ray here. Fen, 1 crit. Fen is in arc. 2 dice, and he's got plenty. Reroll for funsies. I'm sitting at 5. I need to go find out what that crit is. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. The crit on Ray is the console fire. So she is on fire. Let's go ahead and put that up. So right now it looks like the game is definitely tilting in Josh's favor. I'm a fan of finding win conditions even when things don't look great. Nim does have the bomblet generator. Now Ray has, actually let me do that now. The Harpoon missiles are gone. Ray could try to stay at range 3 using engine. He's going to have to de-stress that Lothal and try to make it do some work. Okay. 1 stress is gone. Here comes the BSF. Turning 2, just trying to make its turret relevant again. It's done its work. I mean, it's done quite a bit of damage with the bombs and taking up some space, and even did some work with its turret. So we'll see if he chooses to pop the council fire here. Trying to get a block onto Nim. Let's see if he gets a lock. We're waiting for Nim's dial. Nim does have auto blaster turret, so if he turns away, that's still active. Looks like they're not quite bumping, so I don't think the bomb drop won't be in range 1. Okay, so he doesn't. I wish I could see that distance. Yeah, that would have been out of range 1. So we're just waiting. Where the bump lines him up. So what he's done here, he's taken away a shot from Nim, which is great. Lowers the potential damage output that Josh can do. He's going to be able to get a pretty decent shot here on Fen Rao. I think that's what you do. Fen Rao can, of course, coordinate a barrel roll. Gotta see, is there a rock next to Nim? He could coordinate a barrel roll. Sorry about that. A barrel roll to Nim to get him off of Ray. So the block might not matter. It looks like he has space to go barrel roll backwards. So he's debating on his action, and there it is. Let's see if he has the space. And it looks like he does. So even if he's not in arc anymore, he'll be able to I think he has arc, so he'll be able to use his primary or not. Rolls the dice for Council Fire, no damage. And here is Nim. Looks like it's... Oh, sorry, no, it's Fen Rao. Fen Rao, range 1. Gets 1 hit. That's the Fin blank. And gets to reroll both. And Fen digs into damage there onto Ray. Sitting at 4 hull. That's a range 1 shot in arc coming from Nim. No modifiers on this. 1 crit. He has a target lock out there from earlier. And is able to get 2 hits and a crit. So I'm not sure if he used C3PO yet. There's an evade. So he's going to be taking hit, crit, and harpooned. Nim will be taking a splash damage. Fen will be taking a splash damage. And takes hit, crit. Not sure what the crit is. And I think Ray's sitting at 1 now because of the harpoon condition card. Sitting at 1 or 2. And the Crimson Specialist not be able to finish it off here. It might just barely be an arc to be able to use. There's a crit. Looks like they declared it that it is an arc. So reroll. And nothing. Does that take Ray off the table? Wasn't sure if she had 1 or 2 left. That's going to be another crit. And yeah, that resolved last turn. Waiting to see. We can't see that, Lyle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, she's now at 1. Okay. And another crit token. Not sure what the crit is. Tossing out some salt tokens. It's asking those dice why aren't they behaving on the rerolls. He didn't bomb it because he would have hit. I guess he should have and just locked it out, right? Sorry, he has that. He was at 2 before, so now he has 1. He used an evade earlier. I missed that. Again, big ships. It's hard. Sometimes it's hard to see where the tokens are if they have it really tight to the ship. And also, I think Ray's on 1 peg, so she's low. So there's little space to see what's going on there. So it looks like he's trying to increase the pace here of the Ghost. So hopefully get there on time to do something. It may have been a blinded pilot. I do have confirmation. It was one of them was a blinded pilot. So that's why Ray did not shoot that turn. So in hindsight, looking at the opening of the game, Sozin decided to go away and see if he could take the Crimson Specialist off the board, and he, with so much hull that thing has, I mean, it still has 6. Didn't quite do enough damage. Might have been better just to go at Nim, huh? Is maybe the like take them both and joust if you have the opportunity to do that. So waiting on an action. And he's flipping one of the crits. Getting a 2 bank here. So it does cross the rock. So no action for Nim, except for the one that Fen most likely coordinates to him. No damage off the rock. And Fenrau is not going to have a shot either. Flight Assist Astromech is live. He can basically measure range to the Lothal Rebel to see if Flight Assist is active or not. It is not. It's just out, it looked like. So he can choose to boost or barrel roll. I mean, boosting forward doesn't really hurt him, because the Lothal can't shoot him. He does not have TLTs on there. He has Auto Blaster Turret. And it looks like Nim is going over there to try to finish the job. He's disengaging here from Ray. And Council Fire will kill Ray. And it looks like they're calling the game there. So tough match for Sozin. He does get half of the Crimson Specialists. So that'll determine whether or not that means he didn't get tabled. So no, podcasts are not tabled. Yeah, if you saw, he was debating whether or not he should have just gone in to that channel and go straight after Nim. I mean, tough game, but they happen. And I think the beginning of the game where he chose to disengage and try to kind of kite, I think, is the thing that really hurt him there. I want to take a moment to show off some of the repaints that Rio Repaints has done. So it's just real beautiful work in this set. If you look at that slaver, that thing is awesome. Really good detail on that. Also with a Shadowcaster. All of these have matching dials. He does great work. Just let him know what you want. Again, I'm looking forward to getting mine here real soon from Rio Repaints. I mean, he does amazing work. You can go to Real Repaints on Facebook and send him a message there, or go. You can send him an email. So that's realrepaints@gmail.com, and that's REAL repaints@gmail.com, and just get in the queue, because this guy does really good, amazing, clean work. You know, I have a moment here. I'm gonna pull up the decimator, the yellow decimator, and silencer that he did, because yellow for painters is the bane of their existence. It's a really hard color to paint with, and he just got it so smooth. I mean, takes tons of patience, but it's just super smooth, and I was extremely impressed when he sent me over this picture. Oh, that's really, really big. Let's adjust that. De-enhance, opposite of enhance. Make it smaller. There it is right there. Zoomed in. Extra super duper zoomed in. That faded yellow. There you go. I'll just toss it on top of my face. So, yeah, just really, really great work. Matching dials. Cool stuff. I also want to remind you guys that today and tomorrow, this whole system open, we're talking about the campaign against cancer that's going on April 7th. This is a tournament series that's happening all around the United States and in Canada to support cancer research. It's being put on by the Twin Sons Charities. Chad Holful is the gentleman who runs it, and he's done a great job. Go to X-Wing so it's x-wing.org to see the list of locations. And unfortunately, I cannot make it to one of these because it's my wife's birthday that day. But I fully support the campaign against cancer, and I look forward to seeing what great work they do for the cancer community. And here is Lyle Hayhurst, the user of salt tokens.